It's probably my favorite contest of all the ones that we play. It's Sunday Night Football, and it's $100,000. Hey there, everybody. It's Jason Mattis with Winning Bets. Thanks for checking out this video here. Yeah, that's right. It's back. Sunday Night Football contest over on the NBC Sports Predictor app, and we can win $1,000 up on that game. They ask you several questions about it. If you correctly answer all of them, you can take home that $100,000 prize. If nobody can do it, you can split a guaranteed $5,000 prize, and we've done that twice last season. We had enough points secured that we were able to split that $5,000 prize. I absolutely love this game. Was looking forward to it. Come back. Apologize I didn't make the video on the kickoff game against the Cowboys and the Buccaneers last night. Fact is, NBC, for whatever reason, didn't give us this contest till about an hour and a half before kickoff. So obviously there wasn't enough time to do the research, and certainly wasn't enough time to go ahead and make the video. I did terrible in that contest last night. Couldn't do the research. I was in a bitter, pissy mood, in making my selections just because I didn't have time to do it properly, because I absolutely just love this game. So look forward to playing this each and every single Sunday night. It's the only game going on in town. Maybe that plays a part too. It's obviously the NFL. I love it. Like I said, all eyes are on Sunday Night Football. Just love this game and glad that we went ahead and got it back. So again, $100,000 if you answer everything right. $5,000 guaranteed prize of people that can get the most right. And don't forget, guys, I'll also put up $25 on the line. Just like we do on the NASCAR contest and just like we do on the Premier League contest here on the same app, I'll go ahead and give away $25 each and every single video and each and every single contest. So just go ahead and join the league. The information to join that league is in this video description. In this video description, you can find that league information. And like I said, I'll give away $25 each and every single week, but it's the same tiered structure that we use in that NASCAR and in that Premier League contest, in that $25 to the winner. But it modifies in that if you can win $30 if you have the top score and I also have the top score and we have the same entry. So we have the same entry and we're both the best on top of that leaderboard, then you can win $30. But it'll also go down to $20 if you have the best score, but I beat you. So if you've got the best score amongst your fellow Winning Bet supporters, but I was able to beat everybody, you'll only get $20. So a lot of fun each and every single week, and it should be a good old time. So with that being said, let's go ahead, though, and jump on into this matchup. We got Bears versus Rams on Sunday Night Football. Question 1 is, how many passing yards will Matt Stafford have, and how many passing TDs will Matt Stafford have? Well, I had to look at last season's stats. The Bears, they allowed 231 passing yards per game. The Rams passed for 377 passing yards per game. I didn't really look at Stafford's career numbers because fact is he played for the Lions and they were behind in a lot of their games. So he was obviously having to throw and attempt to come back. And that's just going to be a different scenario here on this Rams team. So I really just kind of looked at the average between what the Bears allowed and what the Rams did last season. And that was 304 passing yards. Rams TDs last season, they're about 50-50. They had 20 passing touchdowns last season and 19 rushing touchdowns last season. But the big discrepancy is in what the Bears allowed. The Bears allowed 28 passing touchdowns last season, but they only allowed 11 rushing touchdowns last season. So how did I answer this one? I got Matthew Stafford throwing the ball for 290 to 309 yards, and he's going to have 3 passing touchdowns up on the night. Question 2 is, what will be the total points scored in that second quarter? The over-under is at 13.5. I've got this one at 15 to 20. I actually think the Rams can maybe get 2 touchdowns in that second quarter, and I think maybe the Bears will go ahead and get a field goal. So give me 15 to 20 right there. Question 3 is, which player will get the most total yards in the third quarter? Well, for Allen Robinson here, he had 78 yards, in the entire game, or 78 yards each game last season, but he was number 1 in targets by 53. Daryl Mooney, he averaged 39 yards per game last season. David Montgomery, he averaged 100 total yards per game last season, obviously rushing and receiving. For Robert Woods of the Rams, he averaged 59 yards per game last season, and he was number 1 in targets on that team, albeit it was only 5, but he was number 1 in targets. Cooper Kupp, he averaged 65 yards per game last season, and Darrell Henderson, he averaged 51 yards per game last season. And then you can also take any other Rams player or any other Bears player. I went ahead and select Robert Woods for this one here. We were successful with this question last season more times than not, and I used targets. That was a good gauge for me, is because I can give you the stats on how many yards these guys average per game. but you don't really know which quarter those are going to come in. This one's obviously asking about the third quarter, but the one thing you can predict is targets. So how often is the quarterback looking that receiver's way, or how many carries is that player getting, from the running game? And yeah, we were successful last season going off target, so I'm going back to it. Robert Woods. I picked Robert Woods up over Allen Robinson, even though Allen Robinson had a much bigger discrepancy in targets versus his team, is because the Rams have a better secondary. So I think the Rams will have a better opportunity to shut him down than what the Bears can do in shutting Robert Woods. So that's how I settle on Robert Woods for that one. For the next one here, you got what's going to be the longest play, pass, or rush. This one's a complete guess. I mean, all the teams, can hit you with a big play, and all the teams can give up a big play. So in a complete guess, I'll go ahead and say 35 to 39 yards. Tight windows to pick from on that question right there. Question number 5 is what's going to be the length of the longest field goal? Again, another complete guess. I mean, all these guys in the NFL, they've got big legs. They can all hit them from whatever distance. So in another complete guess, I'll go ahead and say 43 to 45. And again, just another question to ask you really tight windows to go ahead and pick from. Question 6 is who's going to score the last touchdown of the game? Well, if you look at some Bears players here, Allen Robinson, he was number 2 in the team in passing touchdowns. Darnell Mooney there, he was number 3 on the team in passing touchdowns. I guess they were receiving touchdowns. I don't want to call them passing, receiving touchdowns. And then David Montgomery, he was number 1 on the team in rushing touchdowns last season. If you look at the Rams players, Darrell Henderson, he was tied in the team in rushing touchdowns. Cooper Kupp was number 3 in receiving touchdowns last season. And Robert Woods was number 1 on the team last season in receiving touchdowns. Or you can also go for any other Bears player or any other Rams player. I will tell you that for the Bears, Jimmy Graham, he led that team last season in receiving touchdowns. It was actually Jimmy Graham. So I'm going to go and say any other player there for the Bears. You never know. Could be a backup running back. Could also be Jimmy Graham catching a touchdown. And I think that maybe they'll be clawing their way, trying to fight their way back into this game. Maybe they'll be doing it against some softer prevent-ish kind of defense against the Rams. And maybe they'll be the team that gets that last touchdown. And let's just hope it's any other players there for the Rams. And then question 7 is who's going to win the game and what's going to be the win margin. Probably know by now I'm obviously on the Rams. The spread for this game is minus 7.5. I believe that's maybe a touch low. I agree with maybe a big spread, but I don't even think that's going to be big enough. Look, the Rams should win this game. They have a really, really stout defense. All they did was improve on offense by bringing in Matt Stafford. I think they'll handle the Bears here. Really never really been impressed by Matt Nagy, one of the worst play callers from a head coaching standpoint. It's just really, really bad. He's obviously on the hot seat, needs to have a good season. I'm not sure he'll have a good season. Andy Dalton versus Matthew Stafford. Yeah, give me Stafford all day long. So I got the Rams winning this game. I'm going to go ahead and say the Rams win this game by 12 to 13 points. All right, guys, that's how we're going to do it. Again, really excited for this game to come back. We were successful last season. We got 2 cashes, so look forward to maybe having another good, successful season this year. Also, don't forget, I'll give away $25 each and every single week on this game. Maybe it'll be 30, maybe it'll be 20, but join the league. And the information to join that league is again, in this video description. Go ahead and hit that like button. If I was helped you on at least one of these questions, just go ahead and hit that like button. That'll let me know I was of help to you. And otherwise, guys, good luck on your picks, and we'll see you on the next contest. That was a lot of fun. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and good luck with your picks. If interested in placing real sports bets, then check out my latest daily free sports betting video in the bottom right corner. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next contest.